We had our best practice today, our sixth. It was very physical. A lot of young players really competed, and it's exciting. It's a lot of fun to be around our guys. We had a number of plays and some short yardage situations, and I really feel good about our team. I'm confident in their ability to compete, and we just need some young guys to continue to do this in order to get ready to play. But we've had some really good practices, and the attitude's good, and competitiveness is really high. And so it's just fun being out there. It's fun to walk around and watch it.
You always need defensive tackles. So Chris Littlehead walks in here last year at 358 or something like that. Did you wonder, and now Bill Young says he's about 312. Mm-hmm. Did you wonder whether he might ever get there from a conditioning standpoint?
Well, I think you always do, Bill, when you have a young man that comes in that heavy. But we have a lot of confidence in what Rob Glass can do, and he's done an unbelievable job with him, along with the commitment that we've gotten from Chris. And he's a long ways off right now, but what he's done is he's lost 40 or 50 pounds. He's competing. He's keeping his pads down. And as I'd mentioned a couple weeks ago, the replacement for Donaldson and Jarko will need to be 4 guys playing 30 plays a game, 35 plays a game at a higher pace than those 2 guys did when they had to play 60 plays a game. So he's one of those 4, and he needs to continue to lose weight and get in shape. I've noticed his body's changed, his arms are bigger, so he's got to grow up and have to play fast.
Are you feeling good about the progression of those defensive tackles thus far?
I think so. It's still a little early, but I was encouraged in our inside drill and our live drill and the one-on-one blocking drills. I see guys that are fighting. There's something to be said about that. As long as they'll compete and fight, we'll be fine. We've done that around here for a long time. We need those guys to stand tall this year, and we have a number of freshmen coming in for the first time ever. That'll give us some depth there that we can develop. But these guys are going to be our future for the next few years. So Bill Young's done a great job with them. Rob's done a good job. They just got to learn to toughen up a little bit and make some plays.
Before Whedon announced absolutely that he was coming back, you kept saying for weeks and weeks that if he does come back, he'll be a better quarterback a year later when he does enter the draft. Where do you see him getting better now? Where can he get better at?
Well, I see him directing traffic out there, and I've had a few brief conversations with him and had a couple with Coach Monk, and I'll go into more detail with him in a couple weeks, but I think he understands what we're trying to accomplish even more so than last year. We're doing a few things different with him. Todd's put his twist on this style of offense, and I think it's going to help us, and I think it's going to help Brandon. But he's done so well as a leader. He continues to throw well, and his body's in good shape. And I expect him to play well and to move up the draft. I don't think there's any question about that.
Even when you've had 3 backs rotate, there's always been one who got the majority of the carries. Who was the starter and the primary guy? Is Jeremy that guy, or do you anticipate he'll be that guy?
I'm excited about both backs. Jeremy's come a long way in the last 6 months. Joseph Randall's been impressive since he's walked on this campus. And I see both of them now sharing the role. And, you know, I hate to even mention Kai Staley, but I'm really encouraged by what he's done. And I hope that he can continue to stay healthy. But golly, his attitude's been tremendous, and he's been productive through 6 practices. We all have a strong belief in him, but I don't know that anybody really thought that he could do it. But so far he is, and if he does, he'll play a role as a third-team guy, and he'll get some carries, and he'll get to catch the football and do some things, because we have to play with 3 of them here. With 2 of them, it just takes too much. We've got some good prospects at those 2 fullback spots with Paulson, and Horton's doing it some, and Tracy Moore's doing it some, and we've got some guys that are going to give us something there. But we really need to develop a third-team tailback.
So his familiarity with the offense and his experience here would give him an edge over even those freshmen coming in June?
Well, I would say that's true, just because playing at this level and competing at this level is a big jump for a high school player. But as you guys know, we've always had success with freshman tailbacks. You go all the way back to Kendall Hunter. Mm-hmm. And we're expecting one of those guys. I don't know who it'll be, but somebody needs to come in and compete, because I'd prefer to have 4. You know, you go in there with 4, and one of them's learning on the run, and somebody's going to get dinged during the year or turn an ankle or something, and then you're going to be down to 2. And then you try to bring that freshman along, and then you try to get that guy healthy. So we'd like to play a freshman, maybe both of them.
With Kai, can you see where his hanging with the squad last year and continuing to be at practice and being around the coaches and even helping coach up some guys, that even helped his progression as a football player?
I think people at times probably get tired of me saying this, but Kai's development as a person is going to help him be a football player. And no matter what happens with Kai from this point on, he's a definite winner. I mean, it's so impressive what he's been able to accomplish. But he came around on his own. He stood on the field. He held cards. He traveled with us. He was with us at the bowl game, and because football is important to him. And anybody that really wants to play football that has some ability can play at this level. And so I don't think there's any question that what he gave us last year from a volunteer standpoint made him want to get back on the field and allowed him to continue to learn the offense.